Hi and welcome to Online Appliance Tech. Today we're going to replace the drain pump on the Maytag commercial washer. If you're receiving the F9E1 or the F9E2 error code, this video is for you. So the first thing you want to do is unplug the washer. I don't know if this is something you do for a living or if this is your first time, but these drain pans sometimes get in your way and they're very easy to crack. So what I do is I tilt it back and I kind of just pull it forwards on its back 2 feet. And then I will get something to put in front of it like a rug, or today I'm going to use my mat. That way I can set it forward without putting pressure to crack the plastic, if that makes sense. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So you would fold something like a mat or a rug and place on the front of it, so this way when you set the washer down it doesn't hit the plastic. And now you can just move the washer forward on top of the mat or rug or something that will slide. That way you can get it off the plastic drain pan itself. Just make sure your water lines are long enough to pull it forward. If not, you'll just have to disconnect. And obviously this drain line we will have to remove from the wall. So just tilt forward and slide it towards you. And especially if you have some flooring that you could easily scratch, you definitely want to be careful. If it's tile, you don't have to be as gentle. So this drain line may have excess water in it, so make sure you have it in an upright position or the water will drain out on your floor. So once you pull out just enough, you can remove your rug or whatever you're using to slide the washer forward. And then you can just keep the washer tilt forward, and that way you can put a box behind it or something underneath it to hold it. I'll show you right here. I just basically used the box that the pump came in. Okay, at this time we're going to remove the back panel and remove all the 1/4 bit screws. This way we can access the drain pump. Okay, so you have 4 1/4 bit screws on the left and 4 1/4 bit screws on the right. And you also have one here that you have to remove. This holds the drain line in. Be careful, this is sharp, so just when you do grab it to remove it, make sure you don't slide your hand on the side. Oh yeah, and there's one extra screw right here. Okay, to remove this back panel, you have to push this plastic clip in. This clip holds the drain line to the back panel, so you'll press it in and just press it through. You can remove the drain line from the clip here if you like, but I just keep it on and press it through. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is remove this drain line from here. So be careful, you might want to get a low profile bucket or pan because more likely you will have water and may want to have an extra towel too. However, if you do have a lot of water in the tub, you may want to get a wet vac and suck the remaining water out the tub, and the tub itself, I guess you would say, and then also have that wet vac running when you remove the drain hose from the pump. So being a laminate floor, it's easy to rip, so I'm going to put something underneath the front feet. That way when I tilt it forward and slide it, I don't rip the floor up. So put like a shop towel or something soft that can glide on, that way you don't rip up your floor or your customer's floor. So here I'm going to tilt it forward. I didn't know exactly how far it would go, but I see it's not going to hit the front, so that's safe. But what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to put a box up underneath it. Like I said earlier, I use this box. This is the pump itself. You may want to get something a little stronger, but I just use it. I feel like it would do the job, and it did. But I just put this under the back, and I set the washer on the back, or set the washer on top of it. That way it can hold the back of the washer up. Knowing I'm going to have a little water when I remove this hose, I have a towel ready. I did remove the clamp. Sorry I didn't put that in the video. It's just clamped on, so you can take a pair of vice grips, but I will show you how to remove the next clamp. So put that to the side. And right here is a pump. We're going to disconnect the power. So this is supposed to be clipped in. I can tell someone's definitely worked on this before because it's not clipped in. Also, we're missing a bolt, which I'll show you here in a minute, that holds the pump into the housing. So this is what I would use, as like a pair of vice grips, a needle nose type vice grips, even better, so you can get a good angle on it. And I like using vice grips, that way you can just clamp it once and then you can let go of it and actually pull the hose out and slide it back and forth with no problem. So that's why I like using the vice grips. So now I can grab the hose and gently remove it out, rather than try to hold the clamp and remove the hose at the same time, if that makes sense. So this is a new pump, the one I removed from the box, and I'll show you here where the bolts go, or the screws go, that goes into the housing. We have 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So this is the ones that we'll have to remove. This washer only had 2 of them. There's one there. And I like to use like a little ratchet set, but the size, I thought it was going to be a 10 millimeter, but it's actually a 5/16. So you'll definitely need a 5/16, and a ratchet set would be nice to have. That way you can get up under there fairly easy. And a magnetic bit, it's good to use. So 5/16. So if you have a small ratchet set, you can get the ratchet, and then you can put the quarter bit, which then you can slide the magnetic bit inside to remove the bolt. I put this extension on. You may not need it. So it's counterclockwise to remove. So I just went the wrong way. Counterclockwise. There we go. So loosen it up. And once you loosen it up enough, you can actually just take your hand and remove the bolt out the rest of the way. Okay, so now let's remove the other bolt. So this one's kind of harder to get to. That's why I do like to prop everything up on a box where I can kind of get up underneath it. Sometimes you have to fill it by hand, or you can look at your new pump to see where it goes. So to remove this other screw, you'll turn it counterclockwise. I do not hold the pump as I remove the screw here, because I try to give you a better angle. But as I remove it enough, I do hold the pump, because if I put a lot of stress on this screw and turn it side, if it comes out sideways, the hole itself will be wide, and when I try to install the new pump, it won't grab. If that makes sense. I know I use that terminology a lot, but that I don't know if I'm explaining myself well. So there's the screw, and they should have another one, like I said, but it's not in this. It should be right there, but they didn't have it, so we'll just remove the pump at this point. I recommend you doing these steps first to make life easier for you. So the first thing you want to do is install this drain to pump hose or tub to pump hose first. If you do it at the end, it'll be hard to get to and you won't know if you line up the clamp right. So slide it on. You have the vice grip, that way you can adjust it correctly. Hopefully you have a good flashlight. And then once you see it's correctly or in the same grooves that you removed it, just release your vice grips, but you definitely want to make sure it's on correctly, not sideways or going to slip off, and because it could flood your house. So at this time you'll put your screw in your 5/16 magnet bit. You'll hold the pump up and align it with the hole that goes into the tub itself. I like to hand tighten it first, that way I'm not under there trying to put a drill. This is one where it should be, but it's not there. But if you try to use a drill, and you can also strip the housing itself. So I like to hand tighten it first and then come underneath with a ratchet. Just take your time and tighten it up until it's nice and snug. At this point, just make sure everything's nice and tight, and then you're going to connect any type of connections, and then obviously we got to connect this drain hose, so just slide it over the tube in here, press it in all the way and turn it upright, and then you'll use your vice grips to clamp that back on. Put this back in the tub here. As you can see, I had to clamp that out to remove it or adjust it easier, and then just use your vice grips to put that back on. Just clip that in. There we go, and then you'll just have to reinstall the back panel and just check up underneath, make sure you have everything connected correctly. Well, I hope this video was helpful. Unfortunately, my battery kept on dying. That's the noise you keep on hearing, and I wasn't able to complete the video by putting the back panel on. But just rewind the video if you have any questions about how it goes. So I hope this video was helpful, and please like and subscribe for more future tips and videos. If you have any questions, just leave in the comments below. Thank you.